Hello everyone and welcome to QualityRPGs. Today we are having part 2 of our Neverwinter Nights 2 campaign playthrough, and without further ado, let's begin by resting. I think the next adventure will be a bit easier with some full rest. Okay, we have some swamp beetles. And it seems our friend Beryl is joining the fray. And there seems to be some more of those beetles coming in. And once again, it would be rather nice if the user interface were a bit bigger, but
bring it here.
okay, good. And that's the last of them. I don't actually remember if the monsters will respawn in the game, so perhaps it's more prudent not to rest at the moment. We have an gauntlet which remains unidentified, it seems. So let's continue to push onwards. And I think we want to explore what's on the left, if we can get in there. Okay, first lizard man.
Let the earth.
And apparently a mage. And not very good at walking, it seems. Okay, good. Yeah, after this battle we most definitely are going to have a bit of a rest. I guess the lizardling will hit harder than the beetles, so let's try to take it down first. Okay, I don't get why they are getting those attack of opportunities. Well, in any case, it's a level up, which is always nice. And yeah, since we can increase these already, I think we are going to improve charisma. And here, diplomacy, most definitely. And for Beryl, well, if I remember correctly, well, actually, I don't remember if he will be joining us in the future adventure, so perhaps it pays to build the character relatively properly. I don't actually remember what weapon he has, so... I would venture to guess that it's longsword, but let's take a more general approach. Okay, so it's a longsword. And perhaps saving would be rather nice. So, is it possible to go that way? Apparently not, so we will advance to find some more beetles. It's rather suspicious that there are only 2 of them over here. But apparently that's all there is, so... I guess this is a kind of a beetle camp. Or then the beetles did eat.
Let the earth take you.
The occupants of the camp. So 2 shamans actually. Okay, that went relatively well. Okay, so we can cycle targets with tab, and it seems they have acquired some weapons as well.
Bring it to me.
Apparently they have armed the weakest lizardlings instead of the strongest ones.
Is there something you wish?
And perhaps we want to check the perimeter first. Okay, so there are ruins. Here is temple. Apparently, some kind of temple.
We should turn back. These aren't the ruins that your father wanted us to search. No one's ever been able to get in. And Tarma says he's heard a story about a wizard. Besides, if your father wanted us to go and...
Okay, well, I guess that's rather indicative that we should actually go there. And before going in, I think it's rather prudent to rest. Seems 5 seconds can work rather wonders. Oh, it seems we have company. And she has some kind of a sickle, it seems. This looks like a place where are traps.
Perish as you should.
Here is a chamber. Perhaps Chamber of Secrets. Let's see what kind of secrets we could find from here. At least some lizardlings. Old scale mail. Well, I guess that will be rather useless. So, here it is. Nice. And actually it's rather nice as well that we can actually have the map along, because especially in Baldur's Gates you usually end up checking the map and then moving out, but here this is rather nice that the map can be checked at the same time. So are these beetles actually getting those, or being attacked through attack of opportunity? I don't actually know. Beetle gland, perhaps we could craft something at some point. Okay, some more shamans. Is he dazed? Okay.
Bring it!
And so much for those lizardlings. This looks like a place where there could be some kind of interaction, but
Yes, indeed.
apparently not.
Walk in my step. Follow me.
So he's injured, but I guess not quite too much.
My pack is too heavy. It's difficult to carry.
And perhaps we should get rid of at least those bows. Base armor class 4. Scale mail, okay. What about Bevil? Scale mail, okay. I guess we can get rid of that. And perhaps a great sword as well. Okay. Time to get going. And let's check actually this side as well. We don't want to leave any enemies in our backs. Okay, good. So that was... Is that... Did I put some kind of marker over there? So I guess that's taunting. there might be a chance that we will need it. Okay, that was nice and efficient. Lizardling guard. Okay. With greatsword. So I guess the guard came from here. And I guess there are bound to be other guards as well. Well, other guard. Well, he recovered rather quickly. Let's quick save.
Oh, great spirits of the stone tomb, please hear our plea. The other lizardling tribes take our territory. They wage war. And before we fight them for our ancestral hatching grounds, we ask for your blessings.
There certainly are an awful lot of them. Maybe this wasn't such a good idea.
A warm blood. Here, your very presence offends the stone god.
Okay, let's try diplomacy.
And this gives you the right to intrude on our lands and disturb our most holy of rituals. What do you propose then, warm blood? A favor for a favor, eh? We may have need of you. We will let you do this thing. Do what you have come here to do. We will leave the Warmbloods in peace, my followers.
Okay. Well, that's rather nice that it's possible to handle things through diplomacy. At the same time, the experience amount is rather small. That 100 over there, we could have gotten perhaps several hundred. So that kind of encourages for violence.
We were risking life and limb for that? None of this makes any sense. Dagon can do his own blasted quest from now on. When you're done searching around, let's get out of here.
Well, that was rather some... I was hearing a bit of a complaint over there. So, bonus hit points 10. Well, that's rather nice. Perhaps, as the lizardlings are kind of protecting us, perhaps we can have a rest. Persistent aura and, well, something else.
What's up? Yes, that is so.
And how could I talk?
Walk in my step. Follow me.
Ah. Yeah, and now it would be... really nice to talk and get out of here.
Is there something you wish?
Is there a way out? Old chest. Yeah, that's the... And now I'm not running anymore. Or is it... we are not carrying too much weight, so... Oh, it's that mode over there.
Yes, that is so.
You ready to get out of here yet?
Okay, that was quite a bit faster than just walking through
You have returned.
the same path again.
And you have brought the shard.
That's all you can say? I almost died out there.
If I did not believe you could handle the task, I would have sent another.
Yeah, well, you weren't out there in the swamp getting attacked by lizard folk.
No, I was here attending the wounded, Bevel. Now find Marion and do the same.
I don't see how you put up with him.
Now, for the shard. Let me see it. Our talk is for our ears alone. Bevel has served his purpose and does not need to be troubled any further. Bevel
Okay.
has his uses, but it is not wise to depend on someone of Starlane blood for too long. Also, his complaining tires
Okay.
me and will not serve you where you are bound. Many such ruins lie within the mare and beneath it. They are of ancient Ilfarn, an empire once forged from an alliance of dwarfs and elves. All that remains are ruins, and little else. And their empire lives on only in history books and stories. That shard is one of a pair. Both were found after the battle that destroyed Westharbor long ago. My half-brother Duncan and I asked a mage in Neverwinter to examine the shards for enchantments, but he found nothing except a faint magical aura, residue of the battle. And so I kept one shard, and the other I gave to Duncan. Not long after I returned to Westharbor, I sealed it away in the ruins. It was long ago, and it was a battle that did not concern Westharbor, but the village was cut up in it like many such villages in the Mare of Dead Men. We knew little about what had sparked the conflict. Demons were involved, led by a warlock of great power. We only knew him as the King of Shadows. The forces of Neverwinter attempted to drive the demons back. Many villagers fled, some taking the road, others wading into the swamp, anything to escape the battle. There was an explosion, pure and white. Then, nothing more.
Okay.
Strange. Perhaps the attack awakened it. If so, then perhaps a second look at these shards would yield different results. But such divinations would be beyond anyone here in Westharbor, including Tarmus. That is the only reason I can think of for why they came. Am I certain? No. But my instincts tell me they were looking for it. I could not bring myself to cast it away. Yet at the same time, I did not wish to keep it close. You are too young to remember what occurred, I know. But the battle was a terrible one. And that shard, it reminds me too much of that night. So to speak, it would be more appropriate to say that I have a half-brother. Duncan, like Bevel, has many faults that would make it wise not to rely on him or call him kin. I need you to go to the city of Neverwinter, find my half-brother Duncan, retrieve the second shard, and take it to a mage you both can trust. Duncan owns an inn in the docks district of the city, the Sunken Flagon. Not the most reputable place, but safe enough. No, I know you value him as a friend, but it will be of no help outside of Westharbor. He would only slow you down. Bevel is made for simpler things.
Okay, one can put it also that way.
Very well. Let us waste no more time in discussing your friend. If you have other questions, ask them. That is possible, but this village cannot shelter you or survive another attack. On the road, moving, you have a chance. Once you reach Neverwinter, it may prove more difficult for them to attack you. The problem is more complicated than that. If we give them the shard, I doubt it will prevent them from believing the second one lies here as well. Or others. We only found two. It is possible there were others, scattered into the swamp or taken away, or have met other ends. There are many things I have chosen not to tell you, and that is because they are not relevant. Perhaps if you were to question less and heed my words, it would prevent you from becoming confused.
Okay.
Head to the small port town of Highcliff when you are free of the swamp. There, seek passage on a ship to Neverwinter. The beast that attacked us will leave Westharbor alone once they realize their quarry has fled. If all goes well, you should be in Neverwinter before they find your trail. Say your farewells. Your boots may travel many roads before you return. I let some of the others know you are leaving, but not the why of it. I was raised amongst the wild elves. For all my years amongst the race of man, they make little sense to me. I have done all I can to hide your presence. If these beasts come again, Westharbor will need me. I have created a screen of activity. On a normal night, your trip with Bevel, it still may not be enough, but there is little else I can do. Perhaps one day we will speak again and gain an understanding of each other. We are all in danger. I will try my very best to keep the hunters busy, but Lady Luck is fickle indeed in the mare. Steel yourself, return when you are ready to leave, and we will speak of the path.
Okay, so some farewells. That was rather cold from foster father, but I guess that's just his nature.
This incursion is the most noteworthy. I had high hopes for Amy. She was not that I expect you would understand, but she go if you must. But mysteries remain here that need to be answered. When I had made it clear to stay out of it, I am no the girl died a meaningless death. A needless sacrifice only helps your enemy. Help with the journey, you say? Advice. Advice is what I can give. Use that skull of yours, for as functional as the famous harborman thick-headedness is, it still won't prove much help against, let's say, a lizard. You aren't mistaken on that account?
Okay.
Fine, but don't bother asking for more. I've already lost an apprentice on your behalf. That's all. Oh, very well.
So I guess we will be selling at least. So oh, that's quite expensive. But since we are not actually using it, perhaps we could sell it as well. Okay, perhaps not so expensive after all. I'm not sure we want to identify everything, but at least some of these. And then we have this Golden Chalice of Lathander. Okay, might be beneficial. A couple of scrolls. I think we also had that amulet, but well, it seems we don't actually have it. Some blank scrolls, healing potions. I'm not sure we actually need them. Ring of Fortitude. Amulet of Will. Yeah, I guess we can. 5 of Blasting, a bit too expensive. Yeah, I guess we don't need. Well, it's nice that all of these people are here.
So, your father sent you off to
together.
Neverwinter. As if everything that's happened tonight, I'm hoping that you'll be back soon enough after you reach the city. Not that I'm not tempted. Amy certainly would have jumped at the chance. But we lost a lot. Hopefully your father's right, and there will be no more attacks once the shard is gone. Still, the village will need every... As a member of the militia, my sworn duty is to defend Westharbor. I can't just turn my back on that.
Let's see if we can get some advice.
There's an inn north of here along the road. It's the only one between here and the edge of the mare, from what I understand. Plenty of lizard folk in the swamp, of course. Just stick to the roads and you'll be fine. I've got some bandages here, though I hope you won't. You can also have my share of the loot that we found. You'll need it more than I do.
Okay.
Wish I could go with you, but the defense of the village is important too. I'll do my best to keep the place standing for you when you return. Good luck. And if you run across the one who killed Amy, stick a blade through his heart for me. She deserves at least that.
Yeah, I think we will take longsword because, well, that's the weapon of Tyr, and I think we want to have proficiency in that. So let's ask for help a bit. Cure moderate wounds, that's nice. Yeah, perhaps this is not the proper time and place for this type of discussion. Let's chat with Brother Mering. Okay, so Lathander is becoming more distant. And then let's talk to Rita. Okay. So we have some harbormen around somewhere. Oh, I guess we have a quest. So, yeah, there. And then George.
So, Dagon is sending you to Neverwinter, eh? I can't say I approve. If it were a militia matter, I wouldn't send you alone. But I don't have any right to tell him how to raise his child. Can you at least tell me why you're going? Your father wouldn't tell me a thing.
Child.
I trust your judgment. I'll miss your help getting these muck farmers organized, though. It won't be easy reaching Neverwinter. I've traveled that way once or twice. It's a dangerous journey, especially... You might want to ask around the village. If you're going to leave, some folks might be able to offer some help.
Yeah.
I really ought to give you something for your years of help in the militia. You'll be missed. Here, take this shield.
Oh, that might actually
it's
be
always
good.
served me well. And even if you don't use it, you can sell it for some gold. That might do you some good. The road is as wild as a road can get and still be called a road. And that was before the patrol. There's only the one road in the mare, and that leads to us. There's a small inn on the way. Galen, you remember him? The merchant? Well, he says the road is even worse than before. Lizardlings and other creatures have been sighted. And your guess is as good as mine. All I can say is I wish they'd start up again. Might have prevented the attack on us, or lizardlings you already know. Although, the ones around here are the weakest of their lot. So if you see others, the swamp beetles and other critters have been more active too. Adar said he saw a whole nest of them not 2 moons back. And lastly, stick to the road. I hear there are spiders, walking dead, and worse, off the road. Of course. Like what? So, you want to hear a story? Look out for the swamp elf. You see, an elf never stops growing, and usually they head to. But one of the eldest lives in our own swamp. Huge he is, tall as a. It's the truth, I say. This giant elf has been known to hurl rocks great distances. If it ever locks eyes on you. No, but close. It turns you into a stone. Not stone. And just by looking at them, you can't tell if it's just an ordinary rock or whether it used to be a man. If you listen, just don't look him in the eyes.
Okay, so it seems we have better to beware this swamp elf.
This incursion is the most noteworthy event that's happened here in years. Oh, that.
There. Okay, nice. And I guess we are not benefiting anything from this one, so let's sell it. And we are good to go. So now we just have to find Dagon and get going.
Have you said your farewells? To get to Neverwinter, take the road that borders the Starling Farm out of town. It is the only road through the Mare of Deadmen, so following it will be easy. The road itself has not been patrolled for some time, and few travel it. Move quickly, and you may be able to avoid the many beasts of the Mare. I suspect you will see your share of battle before you reach Neverwinter. I've made it known that you traveled directly for the city, in the hopes that the enemy will pursue you along the high road. Instead, you will head to the small port town of Highcliff once you are clear of the swamp. From there, you will seek passage on a ship to Neverwinter. There is a ship named the Double Eagle that will await you in Highcliff. Her captain, Flynn by name, is a trusted friend of mine, and your trip to Neverwinter will be quicker by water. And my attempt at misdirection may allow you to reach. I have nothing more to say. It's time for you to go, my son. Each moment you...
Okay. Well, I guess the Starling Farm is over. Yeah. So I guess it's this way then. Or rather, this way. Or rather, exactly the opposite way. This doesn't bode too well for the travels, as I get lost in the home village already. And let's quick save and get going. So what's this? Swamp Ruins, Weeping Willow Inn. So here we go. And there is the inn. Some brawlers.
Now that we're outside, maybe you'd like to tell me what you said again. Slowly this time.
You're a small one to be taking this road all by yourself, dwarf. Maybe you've come looking for trouble. Unless you have a little coin to convince us otherwise.
I guess that goes to the book.
Nothing that concerns you. This is between us and the dwarf. And whatever coin he happens to have with him.
Ah, you're welcome to try to take it if you're all game.
You all can't be frightened of one little dwarf, can you? If you're afraid of being humiliated in front of the stranger here, well, now that's another matter.
We're not frightened of either of you, and it seems to me you need to learn a lesson. This matter is between us and the dwarf here. It's none of your concern.
Come on. Someone tried to hit me already. Even the newcomer here sees that you're all too afraid to do anything.
All right, I've heard enough of this. Come on, boys. Let's deal with the dwarf and his new friend.
Perish as you...
Well, of course it would be help if we were able to hit something. I mean, the first battle out of the village and we are already struggling. Well, fortunately there is that Kelgar Iron Fist over there. But of course we are missing the experience this way.
Well now, that was a good fight. A shame they had to resort to weapons. But if they have to keep the odds even... Name's Kelgar, by the way, of the clan Iron Fist. I've been making my way along the coast for some time now. Stopped in the Willow here for a... Ha! Even the odds! They didn't stand a chance in the first place. So, tell me, what brings you out along the mare? Roads aren't exactly safe, you know, and they're getting worse all the time. Seems it's your lucky day, then. I happen to be traveling to Neverwinter as well.
Party member.
Now that's a tale. Oh, glad you asked. But can't discuss. I say we step inside the So then I punched him in the face for asking. And while he was trying to pick his teeth off the floor, his friend decided to add a few. So to make a long story short, I take pride in what I do, fighting. It's something you can't get enough of, and it's something where there's... And that's why I'm headed to Neverwinter. I heard there's a house of monks there. A monastery, right? I heard they'll train anyone, just for the asking. Couldn't ask for a better opportunity. Aye, that's the short of it. Well, as it happens, I didn't always want to become a monk. What happened was that...
The character, find it.
Well, look at this. Our next round of practice just arrived.
Seems to be the case.
To battle! Take that! Take that! Take that! Take that! Take that!
It would be nice to hit something at times. Perhaps we would need a bit more strength. Okay, well that was a nice hit. Oh, those were not so nice hits. So, that's it. Okay, let's try to help her. Okay, well, apparently it's a lucky day for our dwarven friend. So this is the way to upstairs, I guess. So it seems for once it was us who got the attack of opportunity. Okay, well, that was nice. And perhaps we want to do a bit of healing. Well, that 10 hit points over there was rather nice. Ah. Okay, that was nice knockdown. And it seems our friend is getting beaten a bit. Okay. So I think we still have to do a bit of searching. Well, of course we could search for loot, but I'm not sure if that's Paladin thing to do. Except from the fallen Duergar. And here is one. Okay, mercenary guards. I guess it's the trader Galen. And let's try. Okay, okay, it seems he was healed. Let's save. Oh, by the way, do they take some attribute damage? I guess not.
Yes, that is so.
Okay, let's talk to Galen. Yeah. Okay. So I guess we can take something from Galen because he didn't even thank us. Let's see if we can use okay, well, we apparently cannot use them. So let's go to have a bit of a rest. yeah, I think this is what we do. Help damsels and their husbands in distress. I guess this is the bartender. Okay, so something strange is going on. Okay, well, recipe book could become handy at some point. We have 800 gold pieces. Potion of cure light wounds rather cheap. Magic pouch might be useful at some point, but I think it's time for rest. And I also think this is everything for today, so thank you very much for watching. If you like the content, please leave a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Feel free to post comments, give advice, ask questions and so on. Have a great rest of the day. QualityRPGs out.